Every once in a while, the moon turns red. It's eerie. It's beautiful. And for some people, it's terrifying. They call it a blood moon, and throughout history, these events have sparked fear, wonder, and intense debate. Some say it's just a natural occurrence. Others believe it's a sign, a warning from above. So what's the truth? Do blood moons really signal the end times? Let's find out. Let's start with the science. A blood moon happens during a total lunar eclipse. That's when the Earth comes directly between the sun and the moon. Instead of going completely dark, the moon takes on a reddish color. Why red? Because Earth's atmosphere bends sunlight. The blue and green light get scattered, and the red light makes it through, casting a glow on the moon's surface. It's the same reason sunsets and sunrises are red. So scientifically, there's nothing dangerous about a blood moon. It's just light, shadow, and timing. But that hasn't stopped people from seeing something more. For centuries, many cultures viewed lunar eclipses, especially blood moons, as bad omens. Ancient Mesopotamians believed a red moon meant their king was in danger. In Chinese history, it was thought that a celestial dragon was devouring the moon. Native American tribes had their own interpretations. Some saw it as a time of change or spiritual cleansing. Even today, some communities pause and pray during a blood moon. So clearly, this idea that a red moon is more than just astronomy has deep roots. Now let's talk about where this really takes off, biblical prophecy. In the book of Joel, chapter 2, there's a verse that says, "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." The same image is echoed in the book of Revelation. "And the moon became as blood." These verses have led many to connect blood moons with the end times, especially when they appear during major world events or religious holidays. In recent years, the idea really gained traction thanks to something called the blood moon tetrad theory. Between 2014 and 2015, there were 4 total lunar eclipses in a row, all falling on Jewish holidays, Passover and Sukkot. Some pastors and authors claimed this wasn't a coincidence. They believed the tetrad was a prophetic sign that something huge, maybe even apocalyptic, was about to happen. Books were written. Videos went viral. And people around the world were on edge. But what happened? Not much. Yes, the world faced challenges during that time, but nothing that matched the scale of biblical end-time prophecy. Many scientists and theologians pushed back. They pointed out that tetrads aren't rare, they've happened before, and they'll happen again. They also reminded people that interpreting eclipses as divine warnings is based more on fear than fact. After all, if we can predict a blood moon down to the minute, is it really a mysterious warning? Or just nature doing what it's always done? But here's something interesting: human beings are wired to find patterns. We look for meaning in the skies. We connect the dots. We want to believe there's a bigger picture. So when something unusual happens, like the moon turning blood red, it's natural to ask, is this a sign? That doesn't make us foolish. It makes us human. The challenge is knowing when we're looking at a pattern, and when we're creating one out of fear or imagination. The truth is, no one knows for sure. There's no solid evidence that a blood moon causes war, disaster, or the end of the world. But there's also no denying the emotional and spiritual impact these events have. Whether you see it as a cosmic coincidence or a divine signal, the blood moon reminds us of something important. The sky still has the power to stop us in our tracks, to make us think, reflect, and sometimes even pray. So, do blood moons signal the end times? Probably not. But they do signal something. They signal that we're still fascinated by the heavens, still searching for meaning, and still trying to understand our place in something much bigger than ourselves. And maybe, that's the real message in the sky. This is the fact order.